And the ideal came from, one of the founders being discriminated against, having that experience of being discriminated against. So, they wanted to provide a business where they're taking care of the customer and treating them, making sure they're getting treated good. Because sometimes, if you're in luxury, it don't matter if it's a 5 or 10-star hotel. If they're treating you like garbage, the whole experience is ruined. Like the ambience goes down the tube. Whatever perks and stuff, or they're treating you like they don't want you there, then the whole experience was for naught. So that kind of goes back to just what I said about like shopping while black. So the inventors of this particular black-owned business, created it out of necessity because they didn't like how they once got treated in a B&B type situation, and they wanted to, provide comfort and inclusion, the feeling of inclusion in a B&B experience. So, go check them out. They'll help you get everything booked and set up for the trip of your choice. Definitely worth poking around to go see. So, a warm narrative podcast round of applause for Inclusive. And then, last but not least, and me, definitely saved the best for last because it is a play on words. And if you've been listening to my podcast, I'm a sucker for, a play on words. So this play on words combines airplane, so like air travel, and affordable. And so the name of the business is called Airfordable. Get it? So the co-creator's name is Ama Morpho, and the website is www.airfordable.com. And she was inspired to create the business through a real life experience while she was attending college. She just did not have enough money to book a flight home to her native country, Ghana. So she was like, in America studying, and, she just had to stay on campus. I guess she was sick. And, it always, I guess, stuck in the back of her mind. That's one of the hassles of, taking a vacation is the traveling expense. So she designed a system. Her system is basically like, a layaway plan. They allow the customer to pick, whatever flight they want to pick, and then pay a deposit up front, like, probably like a third of what the plane ticket costs, and then pay bi-weekly payments of the flight till they get it paid off, and they don't require a credit card check. So, it'll definitely help you save some bread, and you don't have to go through all that bureaucratic red tape. They want to, see if you're good for it and all that. Because, some people don't have debit and credit cards. Some people deal in cash. But anyway, though, check out Air Affordable and give it up for Ama Morpho. Another thing before I go on, I checked out her checked her LinkedIn accounts, and she was involved in some type of charity work. I think it was something that had to do with the children, some type of charitable event, some type of charity. Like before she started the company, I think she's still actively involved in it. So that company definitely checks one of the boxes. The others didn't because I tried to Google it and nothing was popping up for outreach and charity. But for the most part, like I said, I try to, highlight businesses that give back to the community. But she gives back in that way. So give it up for Air Affordable. All right. Next portion of my podcast is the spotlight section. And in my spotlight section, what I like to try to do, or what I do is I highlight a prominent figure in the Black community. It's usually someone out of the entertainment industry. So an entertainer that's either in the field of acting, recording artist, athlete, public figure, producer, director, writer, just somebody really well known, but is always constantly, using their voice or their platform to speak to the cause, to speak on our behalf, to do on our behalf, but probably just they do a lot, but they don't get a lot of shine for it. And not that you should be doing things from the heart to be seeking shine, but it's basically a segment where I'm giving them their roses while they're here. And not for nothing, I think I started a wave with the spotlight because nobody online was doing spotlight segments before I started. So I started in late June, probably early July of last year. And ever since then, every YouTube, every TikTok, every whatever that has, talk shows or podcasts that have a little spotlight section or spotlight edition. And nobody was doing that online until I started doing it. So we could definitely argue about that, but I started away with that. My very first spotlight edition that I did was Kodak Black, from when it was a really, really, really hot one up in Florida, and he blessed housing projects with the gift of air conditioning. He bought an entire, I think it was the project. Somebody just been some low income housing apartments or whatever, some AC units, because it gets real hot in the South, and that was a big gesture. So ever since then, it was that, and like I said, honoring entertainers that do for the cause. I don't call it the struggle, because we believe in the power of words over here. Because if you say struggle, then you will feel like you're struggling. But yeah, I kind of made a little boo boo because like when I first started out, I was doing like I noticed I just like did all dudes, and then I devised a system where 1 week I would do a female, and then 1 week I'd do a male. So I didn't go over my notes, and on the last segment, I believe I spotlighted Mrs. Angie Stone. And so, yeah, I think I might have did. I don't really remember. I'm gonna have to go back, but I think my last spotlight edition was Angie Stone. It might have been Kevin Hart. I don't know. I don't have my last week's notes on. I'm in episode 91, and I did not write that episode down. But anyway, so I think I did another female. That's why I said all that to say I think today's spotlight goes to another female. And well, today's spotlight is Erica Alexander. So born Erica Rose Alexander on November 19th, 1969 in Winslow, Arizona. Attended Philadelphia High School for Girls, raised in Flagstaff, Arizona. She graduated high school, and then shortly after graduating high school, she enrolled in a 6-week arts and theater program. During her 5th week of attendance, she landed her first major acting role in the 1986 independent film titled My Little Girls. And then her big break came later on in the early 90s, where she landed a role titled The Long Walk Home. And then, as they say in the industry, the rest was history. So we know Miss Alexander for her roles. She was Cousin Pam on The Cosby Show, and Maxine on Living Single. I forget her last name, her character's last name. I think it was Waters. But it's been a while since I watched that. Haven't really watched it like since the early 2000s. But yeah, the reason why I chose her, she's a very gifted speaker. She's an activist, multi-talented in the industry, doing it all herself. Has been acting, and just it seems like every single project she is involved in as an actress, she gets even better. Definitely studying the craft, but more to the point, I'm honoring her for her activism. She's always lending her voice or speaking on some type of chair or some type of campaign about whatever. Especially things that concern us. She's lent her voice for to keep the conversation going about reparations. She's most notably noted for speaking out on mental health issues. We definitely have that in our community because of what we've been through culturally, and people just kind of forget and treat us like we're not human beings, and that kind of reaps havoc on your mental health, regardless of how full you try to picture the glass. Seeing and experiencing the things, the atrocities that we're up against in this